A Pinkie Pie's secret. I was invited over to my mere friend Pinkie's house. She said she had something important to tell me. I never thought it would end like this. Clop, lemon, Pinkemina, and XOC human. Now taking requests. Picture done by Raindrops. Alright, Agent Croon. Let's see what you have for me. Hey guys, Agent Croon here. Welcome to my new story. I've been getting really into the brony fandom lately, so I decided that I shall use my writing skills, brackets however bad they are, unbracket, to create not only my first MLP fanfic, but also my first Clop, brackets, lemon scene, unbrackets. Please leave a review to tell me if I did well. I might make a series of these for requested characters. Oh. I do not own My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. It is owned by Hasbro. Why does everyone do this? Before I get to the story, this is fanfiction.net. You're obviously the fan. You don't have to say you don't own the story, because that's not the point of this. Story 1. Pinkie XOC human. But he didn't capitalize the C, so it's Ockhuman. I've been here for almost a year now. I was just a normal guy. A small group of friends, annoying siblings, school, normal stuff. But then one day, I was sent to a different world. I was driving off to my own parents' house when I was engulfed in a bright light. I woke up in the middle of town for talking multicoloured ponies. I was found by a group of the 6 mares. They were on guard, looked at me strangely, as if they've never seen a human before. I talked with them, explained I didn't know. Where was I? I don't know where I was. They take me to a castle where to meet the princess. I told Alicorn that supposedly raised the sun every day. She was curious to what I was, and then decided to give me a house in Ponyville to keep watching me. That was 10 months ago. Back home, I'm probably thought to be dead. Milk cartons, my face is on it. Fuck it. But in that time, I befriended the original group of 6 multicoloured ponies. These pastel pigs. I don't know what a pick is. And I got especially close to a certain pink ball of energy, Pinkie Pie. Since I would be living in Ponyville, I decided I would need a job to pay for food and other expenses. When I told this to my 6 new friends, Pinkie told me she needed someone to help her with cooking at Sugar Cube Corner. That's not her job, I don't think. She's just a friend of the people who work at Sugar Cube Corner. They kind of parental figures to her. Mr. and Mrs. Cake. Whatever. I happily accepted. She tells me she could be a job. I don't know. She told me that I was a natural baking sweets. We're already a good start. We're baking fucking, I don't know, Haribos. Even she asked me for advice on cooking on occasion. My God, you're a genius. This pony, who has hooves, so she doesn't even have dexterity, has to ask for a man with fingers for help. My word. It was over cooking that I began my first relationship ever. We worked together all the time on tasty treats. We got very close to each other. A few weeks later, I asked her to be my mare friend. See, when you say mare friend right there, it sounds a bit weird. She said yes immediately, hugging me tightly while giving me a barrage of kisses. That was month 4. I've been with Pinkie for 6 months now. I'm loving every bit of it. Her endless energy keeps me going those days when I'm not feeling quite happy. I was on my way to Sugar Cube Corner now. She said that she had something important to tell me. I could only guess what she wanted to tell me. When I got there, I knocked on the door. It was opened by a mare. I had gotten to know well over my time working here. I don't know, maybe Mrs. Cake. Fucking one who lives and works there. She told me that Pinkie was upstairs waiting for me. She had to go out and do some errands. I said goodbye to her and headed up the stairs, walking to Pinkie's room. Once again I knocked, and the door was opened by my favourite pink maned mare. She gave me a small smile. Something was wrong. She gave me a small smile. Something was obviously wrong. No, she said something was wrong. She must really be nervous to not give me that near impossible large smile I loved. She sat on a two-person couch. I got on her for her birthday, because that's everyone's dream. Get me a sofa. I'm a party animal, but clearly I just want a sofa for my birthday. What's wrong, I ask, taking a seat next to her. Well, she trailed off, not looking me in the eyes. I have something to tell you. What is it? I asked, feeling nervous as well. Did something happen? I think you should know something about me. I'm not like any other mares. She says, still looking at me. No, it's curly-eyed law physics. Okay. Oh, this is the worst part of fan fiction reading. I ramble off and I lose interest of anyone who listens. Don't leave me. I love you. Well, of course you aren't. You're a lot cuter than most other mares, I have to add. Besides, you're Pinkie Pie. You're fun-loving, party-throwing, fourth-wall breaker I've ever fell in love with. All right. Everyone knows about the fourth wall now. It's good to see you. I say truly. She giggles at that, making me sigh in relief on the inside. Not like that, silly. I mean, I have something that other ponies don't usually have. She told me, gaining a bit of confidence behind her words. Well, is it something bad? I asked. This was making me more nervous. Well, not exactly. She started as she put on a more serious face. I have a mental disorder called MPD. I have a second personality in my head, she admitted. MPD is in multiple personality. Yeah, she just said she has a second personality. Of course it means that personality disorder. Could ponies even have that? Probably. They can also blow balloons and pick up things with hoofs. Apparently so. Did you think this will make me think any differently of you, Pinkie Pie? You must not know me as much as you think, if you think that I wouldn't like you anymore. I was glad that she told me this. It tells me she trusts me a lot. By the way, you've been together for 6 months. 6 months, and you would have, I think you would have figured out something like this before. You might have, maybe some evidence. No, obviously it's not that bad of a fucking disorder if it comes out every fucking 10 months you've known her. You don't understand, she said, starting to get sad. I hated seeing her sad. She isn't, with a capital I, she isn't like me at all. She is grumpy and mean, and she thinks about hurting other ponies, she said. A small tear escaped her eye. This is so dramatic. So, she admitted that a second personality wants to hurt other ponies. And in order to say so, she looked up, I put my hands around her neck, and I gave her a small hug. She is in your head. She can't hurt any pony while in there. It's a multiple personality disorder. It can come out. It's her personality. I say, still a bit shocked at the reveal. But it's not true. She can get out, she whispers in my ears, and a small sob escaping her lips, because it's a person. She's selective personality disorder. I can give her control, but I don't want her to hurt anyone, so don't give it to her. Sometimes she tries to take control, and I have to fight to keep her from coming out. She sobs into my chest now, with me stroking her back. Still, I don't hate you. This is not about you hating her. This is not about you hating her. She's just upset, and she's just telling you. She's letting you know her feelings. Oh, so you're gonna make love with a horse, by the way. I know, I can't see it right now. I just had to scroll down a bit, but you're gonna make love with a pink horse. Still, I don't hate you. She's a part of you. I love you, Pinkie. I always will. I gave her a small kiss on the cheek, still holding her. A few minutes later, I made a decision. Pinkie, can I ask you something? I say, getting nervous how she might react to my question. Sure, what is it? She says. I take a deep breath. You trust me, right? Of course, silly. I wouldn't have told you about her if I didn't, she responds. Now for the big one. I want to talk to her. By the way, you know, you just sobbed and never wanted her to ever come out, but you had to fight to keep her inside. Yeah, stop doing that. I want to see her. What? No, she's mean. She might hurt you. I can't risk that. I can't risk you. She yells out, but it gets softer as she speaks. Pinkie, trust me. I want to talk to her. I promise nothing bad will happen to me, I say, hopefully to convince her. You Pinkie promise? Because that makes sense. She asks, still unsure. Cross my heart, hope to die. Stick a cupcake in my eye, I say, using her famous promise phrase. Don't hope to die. That's not the best phrase to use in this situation. But she's not affected by it. Okay, just don't hate me for this. She gave in. She closes her eyes. I sit there waiting for something to happen. And then her hair falls down. Her poofy, crazy hair fell down to her sides. She opened her eyes, but they held none of the joyous energy they once had. They were cold and mean. So, you actually convinced her? Didn't think she would. Her voice was calm, smooth as silk. It held almost no emotion to it. That's a good guess. What voice I did. Well, I want to talk to you. Maybe to get you know you as well. I'd say scratch the back of my head with a smile, you know. You did hurt her though, right? I want to make other ponies scream in pain. What makes you think I won't do that to you, She questioned, a small bit of curiosity in her eyes. I don't care. I know that you won't hurt me. Her curious look turned to one of anger. What do you mean you don't care? I want to hurt people! I could kill you right now if I wanted to! She yelled, but got quiet at the end. So she did. What do you mean you don't care? I want to hurt people! That's all caps, and then I would kill you if I wanted to. It was quiet. Tell me this at the beginning. Tell me this. Tell me this before. Why? You're obviously caps locking and non-caps locking. You did that before. Stop telling us. I don't like this fan fiction. It's dumb. But you don't want to, do you? It doesn't matter to me if you want to hurt. It does not matter to me if you want to hurt others. You are Pinkie. I say indeed. What the fuck are you talking about, sir? Grrr. I am not that happy party pony. I'm Pinkie Manor, which is actually Pinkie Pie's full name. But you know what? What? Pinkie Manor Diane Pie. Apparently, Bad Pinkie was her full name. Her real name. She growled, then jumped upon me. Hey! None of that yet. How do you know that I won't kill you here, and then go out and kill everyone else, huh? Because when you did go mad in the cartoon, you just started talking to rocks. There was nothing malicious about it. You just got sad, talked to rocks and pillows, and I don't know, fucking aubergine. Probably not. I was getting pretty nervous now. I had to think of something. That's it. I hope this works. She continued. You are so weak. I don't even know why she's with you. I should kill you right now. I cut her off by quickly pasting my lips over her muzzle because she doesn't have lips. Fucking twit. Her eyes widened. She pulled back, freeing me from underneath her. I sat up looking at her. Why did you do that? I was threatening to kill you. Will that turn you on? To turn you on. She was shocked. A very small, hardly noticeable blush on her cheeks because she's pink. It's hard to see pink on pink. Because, I say, voice even if you want to hurt others, you're still part of Pinkie. Because I step a look closer, my face goes to hers, and that means I love you too. Her eyes go wide. They will go wider when I kiss her again. You're just kissing her eyes wide open. That's... Stop staring at her while you kiss. That's a bit creepy. That's creepy. I like to close my eyes while doing it because it's creepy if you just open your eyes and stare. Stop staring when you kiss. It makes them not feel the bliss because you're staring. And when you're staring, you're not caring. I don't know. I separated, noticing the growing blush on her face. Well, aren't you the charmer? She says with a small light smile on her lips. You might be the only person I haven't wanted to gut with a knife yet. I had that at the yet. I want to gut him with a knife. This made me feel so much better. I just wanted you to know that. I say, I worked up a little after the kiss. I'll try to convince Pinkie to let you out more often, too, maybe, you know. Even though you said you wanna murder everyone except me. I guess I don't care about Twilight, Applejack, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, and Rarity. Probably Spike. I guess you care about Spike. I don't care. No one cares about Spike. So you're Pink and Minna. Maybe you care about Spike because you're different, aren't you? You're different. You're angry and different. You're edgy. Her face had a shocked look on it. I will definitely not murder you. That's great. So now there are no more hostilities. How about we get to know each other a bit, I ask. How about we do something fun instead, she said, smirking her lips. Sure, what should you do? Now it was my turn to be shocked. He was the angry kind of Pinkie, kissing me. Not wanting her to let her get the upper hand, I returned the kiss, inwardly smirking as I saw her blush. I pulled back. You know you aren't as bad as Pinkie made you out to be. Stop talking about your other personality. It's the same person. She gave me another small kiss. That's because I decided you are someone worth keeping alive. She whispered in my ear. Well, shit, I'm just too good. Yeah! I just got 2 girls to fall in love with me. I'm sure I can be more than that. I snake my arm around her and make a quick grab at her flank. Calm down. Calm down. 'Cause that's a weird-shaped horse. You're trying to bend around a horse, kissing and grabbing the arse. She squeaked in surprise with a Z. Is surprise spelt with a Z in America? I mean, I know many other words are, but is surprise too? Because that just looks really, really weird. I mean, that looks really weird. I mean, I can understand other words that we spell with an S and you spell with a Z. But surprise doesn't work. Surprise doesn't work. America, if you actually do that, stop it. Whatever your name was, well, fucking cool, man. Artly cool. Agent Croon. Not artly cool. So if that's just you, stop it. Her eyes glared into mine, but there was something different than that coldness from earlier. It was almost like a hunger. Maybe you can. She had a small smile that radiated lust. Bracket, the clop scene starts. Clop means fap with a hoof. Her lips connected to mine once more, tongue already dancing to my mouth. I greedily returned the favour. As the kiss heated up more, I ran my hand down her back, planting my hand onto her flank. I felt her moan into my mouth. I started to massage her backside, hands caressing that soft, pink flesh. She broke the kiss, began nibbling on my earlobe. Let's take this to the bed, she said. Poetry! Breathing hard in from our heated make-out session. You're kissing a horse. You're kissing a pink horse with a balloon tattoo. You're kiss... I have nothing against bronies who... I'm against people who use the word brony, to be honest. I have nothing against the fans of My Little Pony to, like, you know, it's furries, bronies, fucking, who gives a shit? Like what you want, like. But at least make up a pony form or something, because this is a human kissing a horse. Do you really want a horse to come into your room, kiss you right on the fucking face, horse vagina on your penis? You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that, unless you're into bestiality, and you probably do want some of that. But you know what? That's illegal in some countries. This country, America country. Probably not in Saudi Barbados. Saudi Barbados, because it's not a real country. I need to stop stalling. Let's just take this to the bed, she said. I sat on the bed and then I got on top of her. So I guess her legs are just right up in the air because she's a horse. I pressed my lips up to hers once more, and then the make-out began again. She ran her hoof over my button-up shirt, somehow able to undo them. Yeah, I like to understand that. I broke the kiss to fully take off my shirt. She took this opportunity to jump me. I fell back in the bed. He on top. Her on top. Enough foreplay. What's with these fanfiction I'm reading today just saying enough foreplay? She said, a now permanent blush. Told me she was very aroused. Permanent? That blush is never leaving. She's gonna have that's the tell of ponies who have sinned. Forever blushing. She will now be cast aside by Twilight. Celestia. It's like, you had a human dick in you, what the fuck's the matter with you? That's a human. That's like you, Applejack having sex with Winona over there. It's not happening. She unzipped my pants. Brackets, I have no idea how. You know, lampshading's not always the funniest thing. Stop it. And practically ripped my underwear from my body. Ow. My erect member pooped out in front of her. My erect member pooped out in front of her. She eyed it, examining its size. Well, you definitely aren't slacking in the health department, she said approvingly. I'm glad. I think, I said. She gave a small giggle. She opened her mouth and gave that small experimental lick. The feeling of Pinkie's, or should I say, Pinkimana's. Oh, you spelled it right this time. It's the Pinkimana, Pinkie. It's the same goddamn person. It's the same goddamn name. You're just pronouncing her full first name instead of shortening it. Oh, I don't like it when people do that. It annoys me. Microphone punch. I moaned. She took it as a sign that felt good and continued. Her tongue went up to the base, to the tip, and up and fucking all that. Me moaning each time. She then opened her mouth and took the first bit in. Pinkamena! Spelling it wrong again. I say, overwhelmed with pleasure. She continued wrapping her mouth over your shaft. Over your shaft? What's going on? I don't want to be part of this. What is going on? You're telling me the story. I don't want to be part of the story. Bobbing her head once in a while. My moans were getting louder. And I was getting close. Knowing that I was getting close, she bobbed her head faster and faster. Pinkamena, I can't spell your name. I'm gonna, I warned. Right before I blew, she took me out of her mouth, cum spurting all over her face. She used her long tongue to collect any of it on her face and into her mouth. The sight itself makes my member re-harden. Haha, good. I just thought that small little taste wouldn't tire you. Well, I never satisfied you, did I? I remark. No, not yet. Enough of this. Time for the finally. Time for the finally. The Rock has come back to Pinkie Pie sex. I positioned myself right at our already wet entrance, guiding myself in. Put it in, she tells me, kneading it in her. Without a word, I take the plunge. Her folds, that's a weird way of her saying of you. You could have come up with another word for that. Her folds Her folds were tight and warm around my member. Her folds. I don't want to know how about her fucking bed sheets when they're folded up. Put in a drawer. We both moaned. I moan. I'm moaning at this fucking... I'm taking fucking 25 minutes to read a goddamn 3-second story. Without a word, I take the plunge. Her folds were warmer, fucking squeezing it tight. I began slow at first, pushing it back and forth within her. Faster! Do it faster! I want it hard! She yells. I did as she said, and began pounding her. A loud slapping sound. Every time our hips met, she doesn't really have hips. I need to stop doing this. I reached my neck up to her and began another makeout session. We were both covered in sweat now, each of us moaning when our hips met. Her walls began to squeeze hard now. She was about to come. Orgasm. She's not fucking every woman comes everywhere, you know. I'm about to come soon, she said between moans. I could feel myself about to climax. Me too, I say. Convenient. I began pounding her hard now, just fist, face, Benoiting this up. I'm coming, she yells. Wall's now clenching down on me, driving me over the edge. That sounds like... Wall's clenching down on me, driving me over the edge. That sounds like a diary of a fucking insane asylum patient. I came inside her, seed burying deep into her. I pulled out of her. Fucking... You don't need to say her 4 times in one line. I came inside her, so seeds burying deep inside her. I pulled out of her, leftover juices running out of her. We both collapsed on the bed, exhausted. I think I might gasp. I've fallen for you, she said, feeling very tired. Strange, I say, but I've now fallen for you for a second time. You had sex. That doesn't count as falling for each other. You had sex with Pinkie Mina before you had sex with the personality before Pinkie Pie. How must she feel? Because apparently they're different people, even though it's a multiple personality disorder. And some people probably consider them different people. Technically the same person, same brain, same mind. I love you whether you're Pinkie Pie or Pinkie Mina. You know Pinkie Pie is short for Pinkie Mina, dear Pie. I whisper in her ear. I followed soon after to sleep. The fucking end. I want to go do a fucking let's play or something, because I ain't having that shit.